course bebre na nkofo ebisa nsem bebre fa Ghana football and na ebisa say Ghana football so there free hand betom, but it looks like a lot of people want to hear more about Ghana football. Nti ne adwene say ye de abrantie bakon eba Ghana soccer na say Ghana football a obi a enim no na ote ase mapa say ye de ne beba ne bisa no nsem bakon mienu bi afa ye Ghana football be bia ye free be bia ye wo ene be bia ye ko ohwe footballer ewiase afọ na nyina ne titiri ne Ghana ha no ade bakon etumi eka Ghana ebom uyi politics no NDC ni MPP ni to afa football ade a eka yebom sani se ohwe national team, the various national teams no na se wo mo bobola ohwe nipa bebre sebe NDC for no mo ye MPP for R2 MPP for no mo ne NDC for ADD ade a eboa ema oman Ghana ye nkambum no eden eko nkan papa enti football anase ball bo ade a yentumi entoto nase enti se ebe costo oman no sika se de nkrapo na se oman no betumi akambum no you cannot quantify it in terms of monetary value enti nkofo bisa se ehun hia se aban be costo se odi sika pudo ebe she football mo ana ebi se ehun hia ebi tu se ade a ehun hia se ne America no ade a ebeboa wo man Ghana ama ya kan ehun abom de sebe ebe koso ye billions kra I believe say say to me this escano ehim you can disagree with me enanu me ye be hwe sansem we nyina ye bisa Kumasi Asante Kotoko Ghana clubs na oba CAF championship na another Champions League na ye dimu akutene Accra House of Folk Confederations Cup any other Ghanaian clubs na eba Africa hanumo a ye bo edin a ye bo bi no ene wo mu nyina atetiada se mo beka ya the just ended Ghana League no na Kotoko ne House of Folk especially House of Folk no almost struggle pass on bekam ni bisa say oh home House of Folk eba ne say Kotoko eba ne say ena now new teams say be memene okra no ye nimu no ena eje Ghana Premier League ye bibisa eba ne say ena eba ne sa na fe so ye bisa say bebi a Ghana football akodu no hwan na ye bono sobo aban anase the so called football people you see ankofo bi wo ho ye from football people say we betumi agina po for GFA president no wonye football person wontumi engineer bi ye bebi sa questions yi na eba ne say ena ye say football nhyehyɛ ne kyerɛ say even though aban edi ne sika pudo ehye football development mu no say BBC GFA aban eni kwan say obetumi akase me pamu we anase me yesi adena eba ne sa ade a ekoso wo amaman a aka ana ebebisa sa nsemi na ye de nchekiremu ede abremu football another sports analyst papa ba ko amensa ka no enumre mame ngbo nka ye se dwumedie we obetumi de wani ede akiri e Facebook ene YouTube obetumi akọ sisi ana wo so ode wani ede akiri obetumi do comment aba enumre mehwe se menya brena mema mahwefo so akire o madwene gaga o se memmo mo kwan mo mfre na ebehwe se betumi abie phone lines no na mosomotumi akire madwene ene enumre football your friend say football Ghana football enti ye be share ne so na media manage football ho papa uyi Asante Kotoko free ho first na susubribi nanso me nimba bia susubribi ene omone nam ena afi so uko UK memu a me supporto Chelsea the best team in the world uko La Liga so a me supporto Madridista for no Real Madrid team papa but edru Chelsea ni Real Madrid dia na atumi adwendwemi hu team a memfa support no emma no ye be bisa se ba ne sen na brofo no edru sa level na yeda so eninam abranche bi ti se Ransford Osei se mo kai no em say under 20 or so Ransford Osei after that tournament was adjudged the second best player of the tournament. The best player of the tournament na oye Nigerian. The second best Rashford Osei oye Ghanaian. And the third best, guess who was the third best player? Tony Cruz. Na ye bisa se ba ne sen na Nigeria player no any Ghana player Rashford Osei no woman to me am progress to that level of football. Na Tony Cruz German ni Bruni ono no the third best player was that tournament no. What to me every mo abebo Real Madrid and Sayana or they or hange ni boots senior football people e kan no. E be hwe sa nsem any nsem bebre the GFA governance structure player development infrastructure then aban efa ho ne ekeka ho ne ahwe other matters intino misama wakwa babium de ba the sit show so musomfo the flag bearer na medi djumedi ho chiame me guest Agyapong me guest any coach Nimley dodo na sane e friend coach Nimley coach mo adwo emo akwaba
yenia
boko de
nyame na do me ho ye papa.
Are you a football person?
I eat, sleep, drink football all my life.
What border?
Main border, but I've educated myself in the game. My kohun school me try thousands of dollars to educate myself.
Oh, soccer.
Yeah, when it comes to coaching.
Wow.
So I had some of my coaching badges in the US, in Canada, and then some here, of course, in Ghana with the CAF, Confederation of African Football. So dear, and I've been doing football personally for the past 27 years.
27 years.
Yes.
Okay, not just say you are the right person. A question say person ye bisa no now de ncheche mu bre ahwefo no dear ebeboa yen papa. Yes, same free GFA.
That's right.
I have serious issues with the GFA, but me no personal.
That's right.
Ohwe nan saying GFA president Mate say Wakanda say wa develop and say wa up the Ghanaian football. Me personally I disagree with him.
That's right.
I disagree with him based on the records Obaye no wenya Ghana has struggled to even qualify for Africa Cup of Nations.
That's right.
Enti say okache ye nyina say wa improve Ghana football. Do you agree with him? Personal question.
Meaning Nyajo no ankasa onem.
Oni ne Nyajo.
Yeah,
so you agree with him?
Yeah, so I agree with you. On pass Ghana you're one of the several majority Ghanaians you feel say he's messed up our football.
Good.
And he's aware.
The current
GFA setup. They know they've messed up our football. Because on MBD, say agronomical year. Who are would dear agronomy? You will not be the one to say it.
Exactly.
No, because this is a dear a year. It changes the atmosphere, the euphoria of the country completely.
That's right.
360.
That's right.
Sasuna say and Konya the areho we be a bre or mine. No. Since he took over, the Black Stars of Ghana, which is the pinnacle of our game, has gone to 4 major tournaments. So 4 major tournaments, we've been booted out in the first round. You call this a success? Seven previous. Who are only mad yepe? And Obeka say, Wako World Cup, Wako 3 AFCONs tournament. Minina Ubekoa. Bibiara uhia say ye the mouse so Ubeko yadi no. Based on your request. Ye the mouse or mine through His Excellency Nana akufo-addo. Ye the mouse say J Sako. Ubeko bebia no na wakore. Okore so the most annoying part of it is say omukore ba. They show no remorse, no humility. Say they go back to the president or small almost say muko jina o mine name na muko yesa de we now we confie now we have to ka confie now we have to ka no muko koba
keso omo nwe ho
oba crap or some be atem ka ketokreku oba it's on record. I'm not the one saying it. Oba di atem me kai ba ku bia ye call ye na Comoros fino oba tena fidie national television, national radio so e catch say say you were Messi any Ronaldo will be here you go form no mebo.
That's what he told us.
That's what he told us. Now forgetting say Senegal now mo G cap no mo
Messi any Ronaldo.
That's what ko G cap. So when you attempt the dia he has never retracted, he has never apologized for that. Look, about your juvenile football, which is the foundation of every nation. Some percent of football and your juvenile football. Do you know what they've done?
No.
Omo running football in this country. Omo nyomati team. Obia wani team. So when it comes to selection of players into our national teams now,
wonderful.
Omo team no matete no. Omo players no. I'm not saying they are not Ghanaians. They are equally Ghanaians.
Exactly.
But if and only if Omo are best in their position, that is when they should be given a look in to be in the national team. But the evidences are there.
That they influence the selection of players into the national team.
The man is on record. Or to national television. So I'm a national television. So I'm a new Kasai. Or to national television. No, catch Ghana for as long as he remains the president of the Ghana Football Association, player be your best friend their Black Stars. And I say any of our national teams no. Say onusi player. Sa player no
Is that the job of the GFA president?
And I am on record to have told him, say you know nothing about coaching when it comes to the technical and tactical aspect of coaching. Menini jina ho na say ye hwe baller. Say na me be hwe no. Ye na ye hwe. But the eye me be hwe no. And yes I me be no kita.
Now coach say e be anani role as a friend is say GFA president no it allows him to take that decision. So no work say we blasters who be there.
Then he should go and coach the team. His role as chairman and the president of the Ghana Football Association does not permit him and man is say or no be selected players not by a team. But because of their own selfish gains, I repeat, their own selfish gains and interests, players national team they use the national platform to market their players. When the players are bought, the money goes into the pocket of Ketukriku. It goes into the pocket of the ESCO members. Among the ESCO members now, much is Dr. Randy Abbey, the team Heart of Lions. There has been no national juvenile team ever player Randy Abbey player in Ketukriku player in.
Now Ketukriku say only team.
Our team Baku 6.
Our team Baku 6.
Yes. Our Ghana Apete. Dreams FC. Nidia. He cannot run away from that. When we say afraid any of the national selection into our national team at any level, one yakra Dreams FC, one yakra 3. And in God we trust, still believe. Just influencing selection. And I've always told them, say, look, there's nothing wrong if your players are the best in the position.
Wonderful.
So player no number 5 and as a be a ball libero and as a fullback, that's in his position, he's the best in the country.
We don't have a problem with it.
We've lived in this country where at the time I agree with Celso Jones Atukwefiu. Some now lifted entire because they were the best in every position. Samuel G was the best goalkeeper. Amankwamiko was the best right back. Jacob Nete, Ajimendria, Stephen Tete, Ajatete, Charles Alote, Charles Taylor, Osaminku, Emmanuel Osaku for Ishmaelado. They were the best. So nobody could argue it. And when they were given a chance to represent Ghana, we all saw what they did. And to me, they say Munkolano, and I say Munkolano, Omubomu team. Say if indeed they are the best, but the most important, see, Adia, I say your football, Adia, Egusu say your football, Pano, and only Sadiana Ekoson. Because if the man is spending money on his team and he's the decision maker, he makes the final decision as to who gets into our national team now, he will push his player there. Because the player no koboa na say the big player no ho a sika no okoton or the sheni bodo
sir.
So it is all about their selfish interest. And to me, look, under this current regime ora Ketukriku die ni paade me say we have been eliminated at the pinnacle of our game in the first round in 4 major tournaments. Yeah, under 17 and to me unqualified. The under 20 and to me and qualify. Now sign na ball Olympic Games we here. And our national under 23 team did not qualify. And yes the bang
and now or the measure
or the measure catcher say he's been a success. He's been an absolute failure, complete failure. Opa, I'm ready to sit with him and debate him on these matters. We share the quality of our local league. Since he took over at the local, we've not gotten any headline sponsors.
Yes.
We've played in a league sponsor.
So why are we struggling to get sponsorship for our clubs and even the national teams? Again, Emma, and so attractive for the business community to want to sponsor your national teams or the clubs.
Do you know what? So you FA, we know belay the rules, the regulations are teams now they will abide by and run football in this country. Me bottom they are doing. But if you ask a typical Ghanaian team to give you a proper end of year account, Sikai Bemu, Sikomu say nobody to salaries, Nkolano Senate, they cannot provide.
They don't have those records.
I can tell you for as a matter of fact, they don't have.
And
that is why it is what it is. Because I'm a company, not a sponsor, I need to have a detailed records, historical records of all these things. That means okay, over the season, on the average, this is how much you spend. The Shesen I was spending, I said, endorse you cannot be paying players 300 Ghana cedis a month. You cannot be paying players 400 Ghana cedis a month. Say, or your football anymore. The minimum, that was 5 years ago, or say the minimum salary for a player in Ghana in the premiership level should be 1,000 Ghana as we speak.
Okay.
If on one Kasani players, no, the Omoka on TI. Dreams FC players, no, some of them are old. What I say, and if you want football, if you want corporate Ghana to get involved, we must yes you feel some of them say corporate Ghana they'll be willing to come in. In there, you better say we both fix matches. In there, you better say has you call relegation. Oh, we better share you quite no match. The match officials after Adia announce as we speak, referees Omudi last season. Close to 14 weeks. From last season, such a referee, because the referees now are supposed to pre-finance. So, catch them say, "Miko di kotokoni hasa." Me ane say miko pe misika. Na miko di match ni we. Me di answer na match me di farm ka. Baby obeda. Na aduane obedi. Me ane say me boss aka. Me boss aka ni we. Then you keep my money with you for 12 to 14 weeks. Officer me corner say come the say teams no miska. Menji. I come here.
Yes.
One day I come here.
And grand force musuchimo na ke pamble. Yes.
Come in chi call yeni no to no ba no ke. Nobody blow whistle a comedian. How is it going to officiate the game? So there are so many things that are not right with our game. Nyama bebre ho enkoyi. And this man he cannot tell the people of this country, say under his regime as Ghana Football Association president, your football no economy, and calling and you look creda.
And you look me personally, I also I hold that view. Say, to me can't tell me and convince me. Say under your leadership, no Ghana football would the acco enim. Mami bisa question be you share and craft more yet who say you see unye football person to me engineer po mayan to swaba as GFA president. What do they mean by football person and why is it like that? FIFA na share sambrana na say wana this sambrana ba.
First and foremost, there's nothing like football person. Ghana happy. They have either intelligently or smartly or my coiny word no I am football people.
Okay.
So when football people are then just say udiomu yadia enye. Then if you go and get your own sponsors, go and get your own families, you know more football people no. Mo famo yire ni mo ma ni mo na vo na mo ko hwe mo team no what stadium.
That's right.
That is when you classify. You say you are the football people.
Yes.
So by extension, and you move any motion for the pen. Into more question team. But you move Bobo say I'm the share. You are crying for people because you have coined a weather and the same to favor yourself when you are being looked into, when you are being investigated. Now, look, the headquarters of FIFA, it was Switzerland, it was Zurich. And I said Blatter, and I said Blatter, when the Swiss government realized that FIFA has been highly corrupted,
FIFA Bora.
The government of Switzerland. FIFA officer. That was how they unearthed the corruptness. That's said Blatter. So yes, FIFA is in Switzerland. The FIFA is not above the laws of Switzerland. Good. So when you say the Ghana Football Association is autonomous, yes, it can be autonomous, but it is not against and I say above the laws of Ghana. And to me, dear, sir, idea no. If you are not a football person, you cannot be part of the run of football in this country. And absolute nonsense. That is why our football is the way it is today. I'm on record to have said, and I support this 100%. We should go back to the way it used to be.
How was it?
Yes. I say Ghana, and then Ghana, Africa in particular. You cannot run football without government. You cannot run football without government intervention. Without. Because when we are FNO, you don't have the muscle to build facilities.
Yes.
You don't have the muscle to use football to boost the economy of the country.
Good.
How do you pay the players well? But if government is deeply involved, the thing changes. You cannot tell the government to go in there or come in and use the taxpayers' money. But about the same, we say, hey, you're autonomous. Previously, no, you could choose to run Ghana footballer. The government will appoint, and I said the government will bring 2 people or 3 people that the football teams will vote for as the president or chairman of the World Football Association. Then football for Nankasa, omu deputy, beba beka nia abiding.
Okay.
When the government runs football or sports in general in this country, that is where you can render proper account. Because me amiti hey, say abambi edi sikama F4. Na se omu di cotton na to manya dia. I tend to blame the government. Uba kaya Ghana na ewe. Obi call World Cup, say NDC. Edi yako 2 World Cup, NDC, NPP akọ 1 World Cup, 2-1. We tend to politicize, which we shouldn't do.
Yes.
But again, another reason why government will have to take charge is the basic fact say the sake of accountability.
Yeah. There must
be, you see, government see facilities, government providing teams. No, we call Africa. Even when the teams are going to Africa, they go to government for financial support. So if you are expecting the government of Ghana to use the taxpayers' money to help something that belongs to you as an individual, but because as a country, no, your interest were there, no, you see, my government, nobody would accept that. So let's go back to the way it was. Let's get government to be responsible for how sports in general is run in this country. So what you call FA, look, Mami Kasam Chiro. You say you call Olympic Games Nansaya. Ghana as a country, no, we've won only 5 medals in our history at the Olympics. Out of the 5 medals, 4 are boxing, 1 are football. Olympics no we Sunday we were France. We went there without a single boxer.
Not to compete upon what I said.
Young fat boxers.
Now boxers no more.
4 years ago, is this Samuel Techi? Akolana of winning bronze at Tokyo Olympics. You know how he won the bronze?
No, tell me.
Samuel Techi didn't leave the shores of Ghana to go in any gym in the world to go and train. 1 year sada.
Yeah.
He's stuck in Ghana. But at the time, no, under the leadership of lawyer Moses Fuamweni, who was then the chairman of the GBA,
the Ghana Boxing Authority.
Lawyer Moses to me put up a proposal submitted to GMPC. So GMPC at the time, I think I may forget, I stand to be corrected on the figure. GMPC sponsored the GBA at an amount of $35,000 to $40,000 a season. Now, what the then administration did was to organize the Martin League, and I said the Feast of Fury. So Martin League, you know, China Yewa has protocol. Yashi Shamu now boxing for no qua, gyms, gym way. So among the gyms, they were fighting. They said league. When we bought,
you score points.
Lightweight. When you be lightweight, have the ball. Until that made the boxers very, very active. They could test their skills. They could test a lot of things. So Samotechi from nowhere went to Tokyo Olympics and brought us bronze. Lawyer Moses family no feel on you two about the man, the current GBA chairman. Ask yourself, what has happened to that sponsorship? That GMPC sponsorship, what has happened to the sponsorship? GMPC will not give you the money if you don't run proper account.
Even if you don't account, because GMPC sick and your mind sick. Good.
And they will have to account to the people of this country.
Good.
So if you come as an administrator, as a chairman, you come and meet such a laudable things, do you just throw it away?
No.
You cannot do that.
You don't.
So that is what I mean. Look, I can give you several examples. It is imperative, very, very important, that the government of Ghana will have to take charge. Now, if you have a government, since the days of Kwame Nkrumah, a bad infrastructure, no government can run shoulders with the NPP government. We saw it under President Kufuor. We saw it under President Kufuor, and we've seen it again under His Excellency akufo-addo. We've seen all these things. We've seen it. The number of astroturf, the resource centers are yes, we will come So if you are a government and you have invested this much into sports, it is time you design a proper policy that gives clear direction.
So there's no
working document, and that has to come from the central government through the ministry to be implemented by the football association, the boxing authority, the athletics authority, the lawn tennis, the table tennis. You have to put everybody on board, work under the same plan, the same policy. Because look, we've used monies. The taxpayers' money is what has been used to build that.
That's right.
Thank God you have a government with vision, a government who wants to see its people, its youth, maximize their talent and media more. Talent and media. Look, we have never lacked talent. I'm a Ghana. I have no doubt whatsoever. So you boxing boxing in every major Olympics will give this country a minimum of three medals. A minimum of 3 medals.
So year.
That's what I've said. We've won only 5 in our history. 4 has come from boxing.
Country back just one Olympics. What far? 100.
We saw Botswana.
Yes.
The young man, Tobago. Look at what he's done to his country. There has been a 360 turn, a complete turn
to Botswana
of the way this. Do you know what they did? They invested in the young man. We have built these facilities. That is why I say, look, I think 3 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to read through a lot of things that His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia highlighted that he was going to do.
Okay.
Me to be a sportsman, so I'm interested in sports.
Okay.
So I went to the 70th point where the Vice President talks about making sure that he will open the opportunity for the Ghanaian child in whatever talent to liaise with international federations, the NBA, the NFL. Now, they will see Ghana as the hub of talent. How can you do that? You can only do that if the facilities are in place. One, you can only do that if there's a clear plan to put these facilities to use. Intermediate, and several opportunities will work for the people, for the youth of this country. I listened to the other candidate. I listened to the former president when he was asked specifically in one of his press briefings, say, what is his direction for sport in terms of facility? I said the only way he as a president will bring in a world-class facilities is to go and bid. When you bid for a major tournament, that is when you can use that to bid. I said, what?
Who said that?
His Excellency, the former president of the land.
Okay, Mahama.
And I was like, whoa, I'm a sports person. So if you are waiting,
so if you don't win the bidding, what happens?
Does it mean you don't develop your talent? Does it mean you don't export your talent? Look, we should begin to look at sports as a huge economic benefit.
I have the 70 point here.
If you
don't mind, let me read the 70 years. Or say, seek school level collaboration with international sports bodies.
There you go.
Like the NBA.
The NBA.
US.
US.
Okay. And the NFL.
Also in the US.
To make Ghana a hub for these emerging sports in Africa. To create more opportunities for the young people.
There you go.
Collaboration with the private sector we will train at least 1 million youth in IT skills, including software developers, to provide job opportunities worldwide.
There you go. So by extension.
So what does this mean? What does this mean?
What the vice president is trying to say is very simple. Ghana, we have never lacked talents. But most of our talents have not gotten the opportunity to test or to have a feel of what goes on the world stage. I'm into football. By extension, football had talent. No.
She. Obia send me a message. You say, Flabber, me niamokano me. Watch your brofo, but I say be a couple of food to Tiasie. And so, message in a brofo.
Mr. Me the Bokochi, Amano. What I say?
Yeah.
And the Americans, oh, can you now?
Yeah.
Vice President, they are 200. No person trying to say we are Ghana niba. Na say only bibi ya. Ghana ebe provide the facilities, the logistics for you to work with. Ya training where you know, it will not end there. We will invite the people in the NFL, in the NBA, the NFL. By extension, only across every sport.
Yeah.
You can invite every team in the world. Come and see talent. I was part of the Jemefe Commission in 2014.
Jemefe Commission after the World Cup in Brazil.
Jemefe Commissioner is then President Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Yeah.
Otisa Commission to look into our football, sports in general, and come up with a better approach on how we should do things. Because these were all executive decisions that were embarrassing at the time.
Now CNN, the kind of CNN now omuyi aeroplane now.
Imagine.
Is this
who
possible?
took that decision? Why not take it? It's an executive decision.
Yeah.
Nobody can fly millions of dollars from the shores of Ghana to without an executive approval. And some of this can
yes.
And to buy in Guasiapoto. And I say, Yanya Bibi. Now,
okay.
The then Jemefe Commission a technical team.
Okay.
And we were supposed to look into give Ghana an identity on how our football is supposed to be played.
Yeah.
The technical team was made up of the late Uncle Ben Kofi. His soul rests in perfect peace. The late Coach Sam Adi.
Oh.
The late Ike Afrani.
Coach Ike Afrani.
Ike Afrani. Masawu Didi Dramani, he is still alive. Otia Kenti, he is still alive. And myself. I was the secretary.
And yourself?
Me, I'm the secretary to that committee.
Oh, okay. So you can speak to the
issues.
Yes.
I can speak to the issues.
Good.
One number channel. You know, I did back what you kind of say. So social football in particular now. It is going the academy way. But as a country, no, Say you per se, you need the other part of the world, and the rest of the world. You per se, no, to me competing here, partner. We need to begin to copy what they are doing smartly to suit. So what we said was simple. Going forward in the next 10 years now, every region in Ghana should have an academy. Not basically only in football, but it should have an academy now. You keep talent.
Okay.
You can have boxers there, footballers there, and then that should be done. Yes, you should rope in the Ministry of Education. Because there is life after sports.
Yes. So to be school.
It's going to be school. And do you know the beauty of that? Your budget is and we even went on and we told the then government self, you can tax every metropolitan assembly, like the AMA, the KMA, to contribute 0.5 or a minimum of 1% of their annual earnings to the establishment of those facilities. You can say in 10 years, every region will have a world-class academy of its own. Then we now choose one region to have a national academy. And say you were Accra, you were Kumasi, you were Ha. The people in Kumasi, through the Coast League, through the Division 1 and the Division 2 League and Division 3, if you are not of a certain age, you don't qualify. Because it says sports, no, age na edibo.
Yeah.
So if you are of a certain age now, then you qualify. So we will go and scout into Omubo Coast or Accra. Now me coach Nimley, now me Chi, me Koha. I will scout the best players in every position, at least 2 or 3 best players in every position. They are going to form the academy at the regional level. Then, when we train them at the regional level with a given football philosophy, with a proper plan, we will now bring all the regions together and then we play a league. We assemble them for 2-3 days. So say it was 16 regions. In 2-3 days, and also in 1 week, we can meet. This year we are going to Kumasi. So we are going to use the facilities in Ashanti region. When you do that, when there's time to bring all the academies together, then you can now do what the vice president is saying. The man is a man of vision. As if he's saying that socket. He has foresight. Then at the vice president Ekano, then you can now go, okay, go to Europe through the Ghana Football Association, invite Manchester United, go to France, invite any of the teams in
UK you should invite Chelsea.
Go to Spain, go to her.
Yeah.
Just invite them. Look, bring your scouts and come and have a look of true talent. You keep these scouts here for 1 week. We play in that academy league. Look, me I'm a catcher. Say omunfa akola baako per se.
Because any day they will sport talent.
There was sport at Ghana. We've not lacked. There was sport Ghana. That we've never lacked any talent. Omunfa akola baako say. Na someone didn't call. In 2 years, that child alone is bringing millions of pounds and dollars into the economy of Ghana. That money will not go to anybody's personal pocket. It comes and it boosts the economy of this country. You can do it in boxing. In Nimley, Azuma Nelson is alive. So Adia Vice President Nikano, Azuma Nelson is alive. Ikote is alive. Mimia, can you imagine Azuma Nelson? Also akola bin sawa ebi ni ko amanoni ebi ni ko akoshe proper world class gyms, the Mayweather gym, the De La Hoya gym, the Matasin gym. Can they turn down the opportunity given to that child by Azuma Nelson?
It will be difficult to
Azuma Nelson is the only African Hall of Famer in boxer. It's a proper brand.
So we should take advantage of
advantage. So, Mr. Vice President, His Excellency, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that is an excellent idea that can easily be practicalized.
And this is the 70th and the last point.
Of the point now, point number 70. The facilities are there. Boteman. For the first time, I stand to be corrected. We took a swimmer to the Olympics. The guy qualified at Boteman during the All African Games. Say yansisa facilities na. Obey dan ko compete. Atuma qualify equity of mining. And to be the vice president that cannot. It can be done. In executing this particular duty with the first thing is the facility, and thank God, since His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo taking charge of this country, whether you like it or not, the NPP government and Nana Addo has been the best when it comes to building sporting facilities.
Yeah, a typical example is the AstroTurf.
Yes,
because
we had, I think, about 3.
Yes,
before he took over.
Yes,
now we are running into 200.
Yes,
what you say? And tell me, say no, my catch on say AstroTurf who know screen is on effect. But personally, I am advising them. It's a good project. Say we get AstroTurf. We should go to the natural pitches because we want to develop the footballer. You don't use AstroTurf constantly to develop the boy. His knees will be gone by the time he turns 18 years. As compared to playing on the natural turf. It's a bit of scientific. The AstroTurfs are well needed. But they don't play on it regularly. Okay, I get your point. What you say? So, say Akolano yet training throughout the week. He should be on the natural grass. What you say? On the day of the game, no, not so person, but he just goes on that AstroTurf for 90 minutes. He's out of the turf. But when you're asking the boy to go and train the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, league, his knees will be gone by the time he turns 18 years. And it's a said here. And now all the resource centers now, most of them are all natural turf. That is good. But now bring the natural turfs to the community. You won't form that community anymore. Well, when you say the natural turf, are you talking about green grass? Green grass. Green grass. Okay. What I say? Green grass. A drone in the way. It's your fertilizer. Now obia or ye weeds or cater for 3 people alone can cater for a proper standard pitch. What I say? 3 can handle it, and that becomes an employment opportunity for the youth. You know what? Look. Media, when I saw that 70 points, at which I'll be given the opportunity to meet the decision with, I just tell, look, this is the roadmap. You've already seen. They are watching, so I'm sure they will call you. They will call you. You've already started it. But this is the way to go about it. And to media, are you solid? Are you very practicable? It can be achieved. But you need a policy document to insist that this is a dia ye pese ye ye na say na pese ye de ye ye no na bibia ye kama. Wow, interesting. So the 70 point now Dr. Bawumia de Bayno, the 70th and the last one, and a coach Nimley ebo abaso say ade ebebo Ghana papa baby amedri ma menyi abo fon krato be simana me samraba.
Because me dini me hun sem wo voters register no so.
No register bank.
Electoral Commission for one CC. No ma afi 2024 amansan about no fe bi. Ye oyi kire fa afi 2024 voters register. Every Benada 20th August. Kosi Benada 27th August. Wo anopa nonson ne anaju no nsiantem de biara.
Hey. And it was me social media sisia.
Ane.
Koshe.
And was say wo hwe wo hun sem wo voters register no so. Na se hu hia, mo mon sesa no man kire ne yie no. And was say wo hu baby a wo to aba no so.
Oh.
Wo betumi akase etia nipa omo fata se omo beka register no ho.
Ese se wo yi webusuani a owu ye ndin. Free crata no mu.
Sa, and was me koshe me din sisia.
Ane.
Koshe.
Koshe, now so we say who done him reno. Aine, wo afi 2024 amansan abato a omobeye no ho no. Electoral Commission for no be voters register no ama amansan ahwe. Hwese wo behwe wo ho nsem ankasa wo bra. Omoye oyichira efa voters register no ho. Free Benada 20th August. Kosi Benada 27th August 2024. Wo anopa no nso ne anaju no nsiantem de biara. Wo akwan foforo so no. Omo atro omudin se abatofo nso. Betumi ahwe omudin tire ho nsem wo omo phone so. Denam *711 *51 hash wo network biaso. Inkrofo a omo ayera omo ID card anase omo de ato bebi omo nkai biom no. Betumi akọ oyichire bia akọhwe omo din tire ho nsem. Impanyimfo a omo wo oyichire bia honum nso no. Betumi aboa ama omo ahwe omo ho nsem. Abra omo nkra omo voter ID card mpo. Obi a ofata se oto aba. Betumi akase tia obi din ne ne ho nsem. Wonyina so obi se onipa no ya abofra kuma. Oye ohoho obi. Na adwene ntene no. Obi ye ne ho te se oye wo a. Anase onye obi a ote mpotemu ho. Koshe. Wa batwo ye wo daati.
Franco Trading Enterprise is still your leading mobile phones, accessories, and your electronic retail outlet. We have products such as mobile phones, television sets ranging from 24 inches to 86 inches, air conditioner from 1.5 horsepower to 2.5 horsepower. We have washing machine, refrigerators, Bluetooth speakers, CCTV cameras, and many more. For bulk purchasing and retailing, visit any of our shops nationwide or our website at www.francotrading.com. You can call the numbers on the screen for any assistance. Please note, do not pick any number apart from these numbers. Franco Trading Enterprise, still the home of quality mobile phones, accessories, and your home.
Welcome to Awas Unisex Boutique, where comfort and style is our hallmark. Original Italian leather bags, shoes, belts for both men and women. Talk about looking your best and standing out on all occasions. 5 to 10% discount on all products. Clearance sales rack, 50% discount on shoes. And now Awas Creation, where you find authentic African creation for men, women, and children. Visit us online or in store. In behind the Ghana Police Depot, in Jolu at Jolu Junction, opposite the First Atlantic Bank, at the airport, Terminal 3, Departure C3, opposite Sunbra Lounge, and now in East Legon, Shiashi Boundary Road, next to Two Guys Supermarket. Call us on 0244 649 379. That's 0244 649 379. Awas Unisex Boutique, comfort and style.
Alisema msema makwa babiom the 6 shows no money egui me guest coach Christopher Nimley or sports analyst ye hwe Ghana football dia na atochima ne ehon kika ona coach na wo kasa no wo kase mpese sanko obiom because em say nyama bi wo ho a we didn't really get it the Jamefe commission,
that's right,
former President Mahama,
that's right,
set it up,
that's right.
Because of Nabreso, Brazil 2014 World Cup 2014 in Ngwasia a bedroom Ghana no yenhwe nyema si wo Brazil ho,
that's right.
Na yenhwe mon design some philosophy for Ghana say be as a Ghana bobola say under 17 say under 20 say under 23 say Black Star one mo sha say so mo bope otumu say Ghana na ebo.
That's right.
Mpacho mo yes ade no na mo ye ya document no ewo he.
Okay. We dem that's papa because I did side way. Adama kuma so ache.
Unim esene say megidi say commission no ye mamuska ye tuamuka. Eti say ya say sika dia ayesa adwuma na.
Commission
adentina ye implement the findings of the commission.
Okay.
It's
before Mekasa no. I'm stating on record say that technical committee now Jamefe commission eti me Otia Kente Masawu Didi Dramani the late Uncle Ben Kofi, the late Sam Adi, the late the current technical director of the Ghana Football Association, Professor Mentan,
How do you mean?
We worked for the love of Mother Ghana.
Coach Nimley, you are saying this on the platform.
This is a national television. Nobody gave us 1 cedi.
After some say Sikano Brazil, no, Kube $40, $20.
Bia my 1 cedi. But we were so enthused. We were so happy. Now look, me and that's what is. Your committee is now it was absolute joy to be sitting in a round table with the multi-system man. Yes. Uncle Ben Kofi the late, Masawu Didi Dramani, Otia Kenting, Omwa Titi Asamoah Jamoni Michael Essien Monadiade, na me nyomo na eti ho. Me na me secretary, enti me na me kita me pen and paper and me laptop.
Yeah.
You can't be there, na me tapping, na me throw, na me tapping, na me timi. You have na coffee. Now look, we had sleepless nights. You could share around 10 in the morning. You pong 12 midnight. You wana Uncle Ben Kofi amaya koto eduane dia brain na yedidi. That was it.
Really?
I'm telling you before God and man.
Eli emebo se mama mo se mo.
Yes, ajumani we you know. Your mandate ne say. As for the Jemefe Commission in Ngwasia 2 or mine, they were tasked to look into that. Again, the mass and Ngwasia 2 because now what cap now they can't come here that. You call South African, the central government roller a player. Until they knew what they had to do. Now, Ebani is saying,
and 2014 Kwadi.
2014 Kwadi. Near 2010, one to me, I repeat it. That was the. But in addition to that, the Jemefe Commission at the time thought, say, Ghana cry, your boy, born troka.
Yes.
You go for coaches free bar. Don't be on your money, no much. Your blaster bob, I want to me who. Yeah, under 20 bob, I want to me who are. Where you Ghana? This is okay, Ghana and Ebono. So we're using our players to identify, and then you're just in a action of media identify.
Me no coach. I'm say Ushe the Spanish teamer.
There you go.
You will not struggle. Say Omu share Jesse Krana, Omu Boa. You will not struggle to
identify the way Spain.
Whether under 17, 20, or 23. Yes.
In Manipo boy, you don't need to struggle to identify them. And the commission taxed the technical because that committee it was made of technical men. Omu agron who named there. Omu titi players. Na don't want to titi players na. Ya pre konomone o date lam to me na nya o takente no money. Your friend say Ben Kofi mini the late Ika Fanum no titi omo. So we were given the task say we should give Ghana an identity, a philosophy on how to play football. Me see. Sajumeno Mikai Pase. Uncle Ben Kofi told me, and it was agreed. Say, "Mina me akola wom. Say ban internet nyama na ada. Mina met me so I should go and look at what Germany, France, and then Spain were doing. Now me sure which aspect of their DNA, of their philosophy, no, best you to the Ghanaian player. My brother, this thing I make it gave me sleepless night. I had to go and look for the document online. Download the document, read through. It was over 400 pages. I need to read through and look at. I had the Ghana player. No, based on our stature, any your mental fortitude, you design an identity for Ghana. And do you know the beauty?
Yeah.
You can then in such a way say a football player that is being developed or here 10 years of proper development. So which means the right age to start the development is when the boy is 8 years.
Okay.
If you can start earlier than that, fine. But Akalani have 3 years, you're top ball man now or Butu or Kiki another
country.
But when the boy is now 6, 7, at 8, then you start teaching him proper technique. who do have boyfriend in the incept out, wait, lace, and to use your instep, no about, use your lace, no about, use it, no about. Now, who starts so church? How to control, how to move the ball, keep your heads up. Who control ball now? Who with TNC ball now? What do you see? Then you start teaching the ball the fundamental rudiments of technique on how to play football. Yes, and we make sure that the 10 years are we submitted it to the commission. The commission placed it in the what? In the report. So it is there. At the time, no, the Football Association was not in favor of say committee no will go and work for the commission, because on say Brazil 2014 no, at the time no, the then government made the commission look like it was coming after the football people. There was a perception.
Yes.
Instead of we to look at the thing in the national interest.
Yeah.
Then say, go after them. Nyantechi was not responsible for flying millions of dollars.
But then Nyantechi was the GFA.
Yeah, he was the GFA president. And to say the technical committee is a directorate and what GFA.
Okay.
So me, I can say it here on record. The then executive of the FA. No, I'm per se. And to your report now, your G report in 2 months. That technical report now, part of the document, who is supposed to implement it? Is the Ghana Football Association.
Yes.
But Essence said, no, they were not in favor of what was going on. They failed to what?
Implement
the report. Now,
catch him.
And I dare Oraka to Krikumayan.
Omayede.
Almost say, the DNA philosophy of Ghana football as we speak.
Which is different from
which is very different from
the
Uncle Ben Kofi has given Ghana at the time the 5-year development planner a deal called World Cup for the first time. So that working document was there, and then we added ours and made it into one document. The idea said Ghana a working identity about the football now a brilliant idea. But you don't go and pick a German. Bruni.
So no member
now or no say or Afghanistan, say China, one of these countries. Now or no fee your friend Bernard Lepet. Or no fee on or no now on tears here. Or no now only the Ghanaian player. The mentality. Money a could come down. On the appreciate that. Appreciate on the bida. Or no. Omuko fa ni baye se ono embe kire yen kwan be foso aboy ball. We took the akwesi apia Echo World Cup and the German national team ko boy Joachim Low.
Yes.
Ye didn't ball 2-2. The tournament no FIFA voted that game
as the best
game of the tournament. I can tell you one fact, you can tactics Joachim Low nanuntum or see I varied my tactics 14 times. Akwesi appear and countered me 14 times.
So much, you know.
You know. At some Joachim Low or see ya bobo or see tactics or the bobo 14 times on every occasion. Akwesi saw it. Akwesi wanani Ghana. What are you talking about? On your Ghanaian.
There's what you baby as Bruni to say Obeshe Ghana.
And we just again now. We should have won the game.
That much, yes.
Channel. See, I changed it 14 times. He counted me 14 times and nullified our threat. Now say Ghana ni to me yes idea we and the tea or my name. Who perceive obin philosophy, identity, bra
Ghana,
a bra attack entity. Even do you know the just say idea basa. Professor Minta, he's now the technical director of the Ghana Football Association. He worked hand in hand with Bernard Lepet. He was part of our committee. He couldn't direct the man. Say, look, there's already a working document.
Yes. Because what now so that
he was part of now can
all right.
We tell us now papa I didn't know ye. And now mama papa no true ade no tra. Now you know what? Ketokoko mu ba ya na no mu se omuntumi fa oti akente enye adwuma.
Which oti akente?
Yeah,
oti akente.
At the time.
The only FIFA certified
instructor. Almost someone to me in the age, and I'm oti efi ho. We oti fi ho.
Nimley, are you saying this?
I'm telling you, look, me before I spoke to oti yesterday.
Wow.
And na baby me we pen oti akente frame me. O say me ba nyame be hra wate.
Amen.
Come on, me say me be kan no kra. Upa jai. Omo oti akente efi ho. The only solution was to go and bring a Germany from say Afghanistan, from Azerbaijan, one of these countries.
Or say Azerbaijan.
Didn't pass on number try identity. Do you know what they did?
No.
Look, they are renowned coaches. Obi to say Coach Sapper, the one who gave Ghana a Samoajan. You don't write an identity of how are you the first boy you ball
without his
involvement. Obi to say Otiakinting, the one who gave us Michael Essien and Suleiman Tari and Co. To me, how Stephen Apianum, how we will play our football without inviting them. Don't matter, you didn't allow the man to go and speak to Otiakinting, to take even his version of the Otiakinting clearly has a better understanding of Ghana, who a Ghanaian player is than Bernal Lepete. You couldn't give the man on the day of the lunch. Time now, on Babel lunch, or so-called philosophy. No? Then they sent Otiakinting an invitation to come and sit there.
Just for the cameras.
No, for the cameras. Oh, Tikrate.
But a ban with the technical work now.
FIFA instructor.
Wow.
You couldn't involve him. And the man did something that made me respect him.
Which one?
Forever. Otiakinting. He told them.
Me I come in. Now
one console.
Awesome.
One console. Say, wait. Adiamuye. We have a better working document, a document that approves the document that gave us Michael Essien, Suleiman Tari, Asamoah and Co. That working document is there. Yes, son, the philosophy account at every age level, from age to what? 18 years. What to do? What to Bernard Lepet? So, no, even in writing it, did you see the need to recognize me as the immediate exit CAF FIFA instructor, technical director of Ghana football? No, so Oti didn't go. And you know the worst of all, since Otiakinting fee as a country, we have never organized a CAF coaching course in this country. And to your coaches, no. I don't mean a refresher course. The refresher, no, I'm going to come and refresh
few days.
2-3 days. Come and refreshing your mind. There you go. Baby, I'm going to racket to crack. Baby, I'm going to eat humble pie and bring back Otiakinting. Because on a calf, look, I was part of one of the coaching courses. Otiakinting did not only that and not Benkofitia, Uncle Bentiasia. Otiakinting did not only, he brought renowned coaches from outside of what? Ghana. Nigeria for former coach. I've forgotten his name. Oh, look, he was one of the instructors. One of the instructors. He brought, there was Coach Edusa Onu Ghana. I've forgotten this other coach from South Africa. He has the links. They invite him to go to South Africa to do that, so he can also invite the CAF instructor from there to come here. Since Otiakinting, we've not been able to do that. And the so-called philosophy now, F4 natural. But I coach Nimley, I don't even know where the document is. And if it is a working document, by this time, no, the juvenile team somewhere Ghana, free of charge.
No, we are saying all
the costumes. That is where the development starts from. We are costume register under the Ghana footballer. You don't sell such a document to them. You give them the booklet and a proper CD. A more check near Kosuna. Look, Betty High. I'm a So me do come face here. I have the Spanish soccer coaching Bible. What did you need? Me the Spanish soccer coaching Bible. Volume 1, volume 2. That is the philosophy of Spain.
You've been able to
access to that. I don't know where it is. I don't know where to get it. We were coach teams who, and yes, I'm in football team. Me on the football team, I'm more advocate here. Your ball league debia. We coaching me call it. I don't have access, and I never kwa. Coaches in we don't have access to the document. And to be an Nimley kakra. But we want to give Ghana a plain philosophy. Say Ghana under 10, under 13, under 15, 17, 20, 23. The Black Stars of Ghana. Come on, man. This is Black Stars of Ghana. This is Ghana.
Say say Brazil le boy who said this is Brazil.
Brazil kroma sell my identity.
Samba will say
they say they don't play the samba, that free flowing, enjoyable playing. It is rather the Spanish tiki-taka dominating.
The Pep Guardiola
way of doing things, and they're dominating. Where is the working document? Bring it some shama to quickly na pamfo. Mufasa document and come the juvenile teams in Ghana. For that is where the development starts. A whole development here then a chassis.
Wow. Coach Uti Akente. Ya feel papa say ubetumi aboya ama yenya nanka ebe me de papa say yenke yene no ebe twetwe nkomo. Me de mafi kwesi nyantachi o.
Look, Kusina Oyemi boss.
Okay.
I was very close to him. Almost won him. He's a good man.
He's a good man.
The Nipa dear. You don't know what me new kasai. Me pie kwa about me nim never to me.
Yes.
Nyame na bompa say. Sena ohwe me so buy no. Coffee. But under Kusi, our football was far better.
Okay.
You can't take that away from him.
Akwesi
gave Ghana our first ever World Cup. We had never qualified to the World Cup before. It was under that man, under the reign. Akwesi Nyantechi reign, and they qualified the World Cup. Now you call us Yankogu and massive.
Yeah.
Our very first time of action, when things were done right, in a group involving Czech Republic, Italy, and in the USA. At that time, we were the lowest ranked team in that group. Czech was the second best. Italy, I think, was the fifth. But we were able to qualify.
Yes.
Yes, Czech Republic. USA.
Yes.
And they qualify. We went to the second round. Brazil booted us out. We went again in 2010. Me see, we were one kick away from making the semi-finals. That time, and VAR was an operation. Dominic Edia header no, can penalty. We go be in the semi-finals of the World Cup. And can someone Uncle Boss penalty no Uncle Seno. Near
Abrantian Luis Suarez. Before Missy Sakochi, Wadani goalkeeper
under Akwesi Nyantechi. Under that tournament, 2006 was under President Kufuor. 2010 was under the late President John Evans Atta Mills. 2014, they could do his Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Everybody saying, "Ena adia yakop prenu."
Yes.
There is technical report, there is administrative report that show that if you do A, B, C, D, you are guaranteed peace in your camp. Focus. Ni place number born. Everybody say we couldn't settle our issues of bonuses. And then the Koguye Nimasi. And to the course of Brazil, nobody can fault Akwesi Nyantechi for that. Who fought in now? Question no, this kind of common place. Because we Kaipa, negotiate the then vice president, the late Emisai.
Yeah.
Emisata. May his soul rest in perfect peace. He was the one who negotiated on behalf of government with the players. okona ye discount me brem okona ye discount we dey no scan kwa na e we do na John Boy mo omo kisi sika no BBC CNN no omo try place na omo kisi dollars to omo skada oh bi we no masipoto
e bisa say we mo free
yes omo free. When we came from 2014, and at the same acquisition, the next major tournament was the AFCON. Now Ghana for go for blast fast power. And acquisition for avant-garde, but say, look, go and do well. Ghanaians love their black stars. What happened? They see what Brazil unacceptable. Go to Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, go and make us proud. We went all the way to the finals. You do penalty shootout, you take it 2-0 lead. It was not ours.
So that was Ghana against Cote d'Ivoire.
Oh, and acquisition. So look, and acquisition, our club teams were doing relatively very well on the continent of Africa. Intermediate. Akwesi may have his issues, but when it comes to say how
giving us the results now,
you can't take it away from you. You can't take it away from you. The records are there.
Yeah.
The records are there. And you're in America.
Yeah.
And Akwesi, your worst performance was a semi-finals. Ebony Black Stars.
Really? Kwesi's record.
After your call, his first tournament was Egypt. We got booted out of the first round in that tournament. We Egypt AFCON if anytime we went for the AFCON and Akwesi Nyantakyi, we either got to the semi-finals or we got to the final. But under Owake to Krekuno, group stage na ya yi efi.
That team be the
Comoros.
No, we was Ghana Cape Verde be
no mu share
any Chad be na ubisa say Black Stars na board. What the catch me say you have very significantly impacted Ghana football.
You can't do that.
You can't say that.
I do know that no eno ni way. Who is saying? Who is saying? It cannot be like that. It can't be like that. So look, Akwesi Nyantakyi has his legacy. I mean, when it comes to football, you can't take those legacies away from him. No credit at the So our football saw a massive improvement under Akwesi Nyantakyi. At least under him, there was sponsorship for our local league. The local league elected to Krekomu to me Manu headline sponsors. And Akwesi, there was Glow. I think there was Glow sponsorship. There was the Car Bank sponsor. These were headline sponsors. They own the league. The league belonged to them because we're putting money into the league. But we've not had one since. Who could give sponsorship? Who say $1 million edi akoye publication? Yahoo billboard bakupo Yahoo workroom and aketo kreku.
Coach.
Yeah.
Medasi. Now, at me kai a tournament to Krobat. Minim say Korea was a day. That tournament, no, a Nigerian player was adjudged the best player.
Yeah, I think it was Korea 2004, 2004. Yeah, the one Ransford Osei nominee.
Yes, Ransford Osei.
Yeah. So Paris nominee.
Yes, Ransford Osei was adjudged the second best player of that tournament.
Yes, under 17 tournament.
Yes, and then Nigerian. The Silvano should be
I forgot
yes. Ono na the best player. And Abranti and Nansea Ujai Real Madrid boy Toni Kroos.
That's right.
Ono na the third best in the overall best, the second best, and the third best. The overall best and the second best were all Africans.
That's right.
And Ghana and the second best.
That's right.
He said the next year Abedipele, the next whatever will be Ransford Osei. He fizzled out.
That's right.
The Nigerian player now also the best player no. So boss from second division team was Spain or one of the Spanish teams. But Toni Kroos, the German, I don't know the third best player no. He was able to progress to the level say he played I think he even captained the German national team at a point. And then he progressed to Real Madrid.
Ball Bayern Munich,
Bayern Munich, ball Real Madrid. and Nyankopon adom why very successful
at the age of 34 years.
At the age of 34 years,
he can still play though.
What is the problem with that? Say both Nigeria and Ghana, those two players now are the best players in the tournament. No, they couldn't progress to the level like Sebi. Yemano ebe benefited from. What did Tony Cruz and the German national team do better than Ghana and Nigeria?
Only my dear, omuya yenye okromha.
Kache.
The Football Association, who call baby to say Germany, baby to say France, because say, omu investing in the clubs or omu titi players no. They are very much omu interest will be their players no beko. And the German national team and a German FA. So we are German colana so who call baby omu to make catch us David. I had the ukwa emwa omu here mine and the say. You see proper structure,
okay.
Monitoring the progress. And now a typical example is Dominic Diar. You're winning 2009 under 20 World Cup. Dominic Diar shouldn't have gone to AC Milan. Say your proper structures were what guided these boys onto the next step in their footballing career. You don't go to AC Milan. We got to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. When if Zlatan come on the same position, I will bet no.
Oh no, Wasino.
Zlatan. It is not possible. So Agyapong yes, we don't guide our players into making the next step because players, I'm individuals no more managing.
Yeah.
It cannot be so because other countries it cannot be so. In yes, there are proper guidance given to this place. Take it or leave it. No credit back up. The ages of our players then were not right.
How do you mean?
When I see a 17-year-old Ghanaian child, I will see.
So we were this 70s.
Yes. I have been in my football, coast football. So I work with the boys from the age of 8-9 years until they are 18. I still do it. I can look at your face. The bone age, Semetia, it will not be plus or minus, more than plus or minus 1. So we are 17. I'll either say 17 or I'll say 16 or 18. Sana mekano. More than that because I've done it for years. So when I see a typical Ghanaian child at a given age, nobody can tell me. So at the time I saw Alataneno Ebon at 17, he was 17 years. He wasn't.
No.
Nobody can tell me, say, Ransford was said, time now about 17, and I said, now 17 years. Now about 70. So you see, we can be say, the development of a player is what? For 10 years.
Yes.
The bus on in there, and now, if you are good enough, then you are old enough to play. Or to say Lamine Yamal or 16 years. He's not completed his development.
Yes.
But occasionally there was such exceptional talent. He said you're the classroom. Obi on more biabroso you're jumping on.
Yeah.
Sasu technique no obi there accelerating them. And we were not. We choose them. And so Uncle Ben Kofi came and corrected that. Uncle Ben Kofi, he corrected that anomaly. He said, no, you cannot do that. Previous years, you have to make team player at this age close to 8 years. Or born at 70. Yes. It is a very hard truth that you have to take it as
until you put the 25 and so
born at 70. You can't cheat nature. Nature don't to mean cheating.
Mamika said, you say one of the African players now, I'm saying, we did 32.
Yes. Nansaya Cameroon. You see, on fan beds, I don't want to what is our player in Cambio? Antina, only make a book from this man, Arsene Wenger.
Arsene Wenger.
He never worked with any player, African player, for more than 5 years.
Any special reason? Any special reason?
See, Okoto Africa player on himself player ni ye pa. So player ni catch say or 17 years he do +5.
Ono pa ono beche.
Yes, because so the likes of
experience.
Emmanuel Adebayo, the likes of Song, the likes of Jeremy, I've forgotten this Cameroonian player name.
Yeah.
Go to all the African players, Omuboma, Arsene Wenger. None of them lasted beyond 5 years.
More than 5 years.
We now bought 4 or 5 years in Pesca. No at all. And naturally, to or Tofi as a team Libiana, yeah, done. But right now, things are being done. You see, at the juvenile level, no, it is not about going there to win the tournament. It's part of the development.
Okay.
A can development who are editing Colano, by the time I drew blasters, no more bang. Won't say the day are you group no. Omoko G under 20 no.
Yes, under 20 World Cup.
209 no.
Yeah.
What's it? The dependent bosses here.
Yeah.
Where are the rest?
Exactly. Yeah, so why? No,
Good. That's what I've told you.
Why? Because the day came from the foreign.
His correct age. He had his correct age playing. The day is now 34, 35. The day is when you're 34, 35 years.
That time only grandfathers.
They were slightly above the correct age. And then also and guarantee a proper progress of the player.
So Ghana card never boy. Ghana card never boy. 17 now.
When there's proper leadership and there's your direction,
yeah,
leader no planner all directed the country. Let's go this. Sa Ghana card, President Akufo-Addo.
Yeah.
Obi ba you know. He didn't see the need.
He doesn't understand.
But that is the total transformation of the economy of the country. And to me, teachers say that you work running. Can't be mark a snake number. You mark a snake number at death. Yet to me mark a passport at death. And to be fair, broach the catcher, be fair, America catcher say when you're 10 years, when you're 10 years, and the Ghana card will keep all these unnecessary changes are NY ever kept it in.
Wonderful.
And it is going to help. I see young major tournament say you could do kunimo. You're grooming your boys no to come and do kunim our Black Stars level. And to be Sam said, Dentina Ransford or Selmo Dominic Diamond to Melko. This is the truth of the matter. First of all, as a country, we didn't guide them properly. Dominic Dia, from being the best player at the under 20 level, straight to AC Milan.
It was a wrong move.
It was a wrong move. Now at the time, AC Milan had the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic in your position. Who got to know? Not scanning here $1 million and the Omo track around the way. He never hit his potential
because he had talent. He had talent. Yeah.
Decent talent.
Raw talent.
One to me hitting the peak and I never enjoy football.
So the ball blaster back with me.
I don't know heavy ball now. Suarez doing the same kind.
Yeah.
So see in 2009, Omukoji tournament na na edo call 2010 World Cup. Somebody who was a national star. Suarez and Chibo na anka Dominic Dia anka or a star of Ghana forever. Who took him to AC? One didn't call AC Milan. Who were his advisors? One no advisor akwala. They didn't know after that money there could be a bigger money.
Come here.
Oh,
coach.
Enti, Mumia. So beside, these are the fundamental reasons why our players don't seem to progress. In solving that, I did back so I can't say, your boys no more free Chrome ham in Temdodo. They won't blame you. How I come no battle?
And you're not 400. Who got 400?
Obi bought Ghana League. You're trying to cut 400 Ghana cities. And no class can ma. And no crap no. You didn't call me car.
Good. 400 ma.
You don't car. 300 cramba. That you can catch you say obedi Ghana football anymore. Ghana player in the Premier League, young Trianica, 1,000 Ghana.
Even that was then
5 years ago.
Yes.
If you are doing 10% increment every year, by this time, Makolani or just saying. And it said 5 years ago, you see about Makolani now. Say, no, you go see to 300, 400, 500 now. Let's say, obi fi Tanzania for $1,000, $1,500. One count.
What 300, 400 is incredible.
300, the 400. Look at me. Oh, no put a chaba.
I tell many. Oh, baby.
No put a chaba.
400, 300.
No put a chaba.
Yeah.
No, but oh, you know why you're Thomas Academia?
No.
Not to disgrace anybody. Because we and yet no cost no come yet.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yet pa.
It's sad. Or no, when you any formal education be or say football no anye year na wa veer into another.
Asemo wa kan mama ka asemo. Because in the German report, ye ka say ye implemented sa report na 10 years after. Obi a one course school bia no ye mpene mani year sports wa Ghana. Once I implemented that report now, and I did another free SEH now. I've been boy now to say ye
because vocational for no technical for no bia course school.
Now I'm obi course school on your sports. If you're not educated, you're not good. Because them now you're so technical. Now say unti before and I say certain terms I say.
Yes.
If I say form a triangular shape, organize yourself in a pentagonal. No, why didn't it? You have to make what diamond formation. If the child doesn't know what a diamond is, how does he illustrate that? How do you illustrate this?
So the free SHS is important.
Absolutely brilliant. Look, anybody who kicks against education, or you didn't. I'm too sorry. I mean too sorry. I don't care. Educating the Ghanaian child. Anybody who kicks against that, Sanipano, or you wouldn't. Because over Conifio, no, the Marco school.
Yes.
The Marco school, papa. Now say you call your call Britain, you're going first class.
Yes.
That boy.
Brunel University.
But for free SHS, Akrano, he would not be where he is today.
Yes.
Especially when a mining sicker. And edition of mining back. Then you kick against it. Then you are not. You are a different.
Or 2 billion Ghana cedis are on fine here.
Yes.
On fine
and look, truth be told, if you look at the former president, the stand he took, he's fighting very hard to rewrite that. On himself, he goofed big time
because the free SHS has come.
He goofed big time. We're in Ghana. We could count the number of adverts that were used against free HSS. You cannot come back to me and say, Debbie, I knew it. I saw it. I lived it. My sisters in back, me school fees not there. But since free HSS, provisions 1 or 2, away transport, me that. My cousin man, nobody
say Uncle Fokra complaining because of the free SHS no omo pe enkola asum kra na se ni omo tena wo fie kra omo nya.
No one fan ba ma.
Yeah, because obi a person ne ba so eco school which is a in this era of digitalization. Unko school na how can you use how do you look who the could be look at a certificate kra na se adwuma ni ho that me ye wa to ma obeye de obenya adwuma ye. That is the way it is. Intermediate. No credit a back. You cannot run away from it. You can't. You can't run away from it. The facts are there. Be behind the hope of say agrono saying it here. What you say? Look, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is. Yeah. Or for manya indication say a few of you want to contribute. Mami be a year phone lines no. O share ya share Ghana football. Be a free be a war any be a pese ye drew. Between your friend 0240550899 0240550899 udi any be a free fee na wama kasa na ye titia edi ama ye. Coach.
Yeah.
Our sports infrastructure. Bonze yetumi city say Botema if fair excellent okay my main far of Refo Dikan. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Send an amount of American. We share beautiful infrastructure. Buying a discussion. Your maintenance culture. Okay, Mami Fa of phone. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Mwaju Mwakwaba.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Udini baby Afrefi. Hello. I'm Zahumano. Yeah, good evening. Mpacho kasa. Udi any baby Afrefi. Pacho ma uti no anko form kakra why na yentumi ntonka.
Now that tournament na money 20 Korea 2007.
2007, yeah. Korea 2007.
Yes, and I said 2007.
Make 2004, but Korea 2007.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, that's a papa wa correct here. Sir, na ye kanu. Korea 2007.
Almost 2000 I'm calling now ball under 2029.
Yo, and that's my nya odi no but nya mishra say wa correct here. That's it. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, offer. Odi ni baby Afrefi.
Abraham.
Mpacho say?
Abraham.
Abraham Mpacho kasa.
Me kasa fefete.
Yo, Mpacho menko.
Mano, unimbomba papa. Osa abandonment post ojiti ho.
Na mie. Sire crowd biasie.
What me na mama mia. Eso me kasa michian.
Yo, we are no friend line here the be ma. Why? Say your program now but your enche bia no friend na here the amount. Why? Yo, ye dasi. Offer for ho na ye fa nyesa be ko ye nim. Hello. Okay. So coach.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening boss. Mpacho odini be Afrefi.
Me ba me test me practice.
Mpacho kasa man.
Sure. Me test me practice.
Okay, Uncle Set kasa mami. Set enko.
Coach, me nchira kwa. Coach, me nchira kwa.
That's it.
Na kan na enokwe. Na kan na enokwe. Say we group na dey one coach. Aha. We come for. Na always be an no one move on yejuma.
Okay. You that's it set that's him say Afrefi suhum. Coach na make about osi group na wo no is there on kan wan yemfa won yejuma. And I think he's making that point in reference to coach Oti Akente. Because me records am won say coach Oti Akente ket okrekumu bae no. Em say 1 month to create do no mo pa.
No mo yeni feel.
Say onye boni bia na fact say Oti ni it's unfair. It's unfair. Hello. Offer Odini baby Afrefi.
Because of fees they go from
Kobe.
Yeah. The man coming here too fat. Me employing for no see stadium na no mo jama e tantan tan no mo fi. Skana no mo yusu Ghana skana once a stadium to set up quality days a KPG. If you not for win na no asabe TV say Ghana e ho che na mo see skana ke. You know say ka ken ba Agyapong ba no take stop stadium win na. You say o man skana ke. Don't kind of fat uko Europe. Now stadium wanna be see stadium in Europe. Ubeja to say him. Abaning any partner if you were MPP ni or NDC ni no number. Yes, I Ghana scan keke. I Ghana have some money na un crowd for 2 about kwana ye oya. So from money.
Enyefi, me da se power ba nyame inshaw enyefi koso to aba ebe yi na coach asema na me bisa ona abrante no kan. Hello, good evening. I'm for to hello. Good evening. Koso to aba ebe yi.
Kama jebe kumasi.
Asema na me bisa over bacho kasa.
The weekend is a book of Panabazo.
Na bacho TV no mame kakra Over Kwame Mpacho TV man ka.
Uti ebola basi on kala kele fire go be here.
Yo. But that's it. Mpacho ofra na wadum u TV na man say wo so a yente ukasa na esan. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I Mpacho odi ni bebe ofefi.
Okay, me ka se fra atimota. Do do no afra me bedi, e friend Kofi Bedu.
Kofi Bedu Mpacho kasa.
Yo, me Mpacho, you say man na wote ho no. O kan kware papa. If you say offer Kurowum ọmọ bia so wonu say education no mo ọmọ ni tumpo.
Yeah.
And no Britain, woko Germany, woko he education. Enti yes, we mo yam panifo no. Mo nyiri mu ena school free no ensan ye free bi mu yes ramo. So me am ti hey. E bet na ba se sisi am tu kwan. Me ni form 4. Ebe me sisi ebe no be enti ye manu eme be si aman enti ye ramo education ni de. Mo nyame shira man no ni nyame shira mo awate
esu ye da se nyame shira pa se wo so kasa ye no o kasa ho ati nyame enshira. So coach, hello me ma mo kwa che ndo de mami frebi. Hello mbato udi ni bebe o frebi
le bi se that ni set ni na akana akasa mi fato ni football pa itu we have some power among many DFA boss on the Mujiba Papa. And the Tossu means I buy as a bunch of Kedi, send the buyer 16 billion Premier League or Union League. On the core Africa. Now a bunch of and support to a yes, I said a club's no part. Team managers no bread. He has 7 fast to call bread. It's a bunch of Kedi, send the buyer 16 billion or Africa. And also tournament about this opportunity and then other teams no should be there on the said there also we know about the support to the most of akufo no kwa on TV enti ba me ba on boss asenu that papa no there on ta DFA imano on the mutubano we really contribute kra
yo. Okay, ye better say alhamdulillah. Mamifa ofrefo chacho. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Udi ni bebe afrefi.
From Robert Frefi Teba.
E for say Robert mpacho kasama.
Yeah. Coach, awala kasama awu host no. Wala de papa ya mission say we this program ya ba. We to friend ko kuma obeche yama. Coach na the papa na any problem our football in across Ghana. In fact, in my official we were 6 in my official we were Gunipa Yesin Ahuya. But in my official present generation when we have to be Gunipa. In the idea all Gunifications Esim, I didn't know that the beginning when you go. And this is the program, your football is your program. When you see now, you're going to show more league. So, when you're training, coach, I think when you're training this time, when you're training, okay, the one man. Well, who go for who coaching as much so who go for coach, my coach will begin one or two once. So when you're media, I say,
yo, that's it. That's it. Yo, yeah, that's a papa. Coach, your boy Abasu, incoming say deputy sports minister will say, I'm saying for a reform or more agile or submission to. Now, make about maintenance, lack of maintenance culture. A boy, your kappa say. Facilities no si o fe enche obo se obewure mu na yebibia o
ebiso ho no ma omo a wo hwe so no
yes
na tese omo say no sa tese you cannot do that. Unse maintenance culture is something that is everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So maintenance culture no you spend more money on the facility.
enti nipa na wo hwe ho na wo de na si wo so won hwe apamo na fa foforo brai.
I'll take this opportunity to plead with His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia with the Misreno Obi Osho program we on country and say on the heat program the seat our net 2 TV Coach Nimley me can be me say the Azuma Nelson Sports Complex cannot be left in the state in which it finds itself.
Good.
Azuma Nelson is the most valuable sports personality not only Ghana but Africa as a continent has ever produced. Azuma Nelson is the only Hall of Famer in boxing in Africa. Boxing Hall of Famer. Azuma is the only person there for Africa. Now Azuma Nelson of Ghana. And to Papa Itiase.
Yes.
Monument and I say infrastructure it cannot be allowed to look the way it is looking. Me cancer some so passionately because me call her and say not even a month ago. Now me call her Sana Azuma Nelson Sports Complex no efuno. Me sure say ye makwanya ebe Danny Forest snakes na dia date never war. Please.
So the National Sports
Authority immediately without delay that facility should be you should visit the facility
and even the Ministry of
Youth of Sports. Yes, it's a legacy project of this
Minister Honorable Yusuf Azuma Nelson Sports Complex. What are you doing about it?
Go and fix it.
Yes, it should
and
be fixed
turn that
immediately.
place into a boxing hub. Say you see, na say the boxing hub. Azuma Nelson tiase, I caught it tiase, Agbeko tiase, Joshua caught it tiase. All our world champions are alive. Let them take charge of the place under the direction of a proper government policy. Now you should say boxing. And a minimum of 3 gold medals and a minimum of 3 medals in any games, Olympic Games, Commonwealth Game, boxing will excel. And to Miss Ramon Papa, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the next president of Ghana. Yes, Ramon, that facility cannot be left the way it is looking. Please, let's fix it.
Quick one, quick two. Mbappe, his unveiling, say Real Madrid a toy. Abrantie wey sikapuduo uza na wokasa no wokasa say ye sa
academy
wey na say nkofo no bana ye to akolaba kokora ko a sika ye benya Mbappe sika Real Madrid de to no nye sika ketwa.
Of course.
Now you look at, in fact you watch the unveiling say ye yi no ade a kire Real Madrid ne wiase fa na nyina say player na yakoton. I think over so a mistake na me over 80,000 people went to the stadium.
No, the new Bernabeu takes 100,000.
And you see
it was filled to capacity.
You see say ye kwakwohwe say ya to
just unveiling the made over 1.5 million euros.
1.5 million euros.
Just by
the check no team minya 1.5 million euros.
Social media coverage in buy. Live coverage.
Where tickets.
Sales of ticket.
Okay.
And our cars of folk to me koto Suleiman Tari. They couldn't market Suleiman Tari. Such a brand.
Yeah. And quite apart from that, when our couple say 1.5 million euros, just the ticket, the sales of the ticket. Say you didn't panic. EPL. Chelsea, Real Madrid, Manchester United, in the 2021-2022 season,
that's right.
The EPL contributed 8 billion pounds sterling.
Wow.
8 billion pounds sterling
to the
UK economy alone.
Look, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud.
Where did we get it wrong?
Look, it is better late than never.
Good.
And until now, that 70th point. That 70th point yes. From His Excellency. Ghanaians should champion it. Say, or percent the rest of the world to see Ghana as a hub for talent development, for talent poaching into the Western world. Who promoted SAP policy alone, the economy of Ghana is boosted by millions of dollars. Intermediate. some of us are always available. Mu frey ya the enim de kakra ye wono will come and contribute to it.
They need to send a
it is practical.
Yeah.
It can be done. Me take classroom no. Seven previous. Nyame ma me take kakra. The classroom be ani ho a obia ni ma de pepepe. Ebi ho no mo wa bon. But nipa wa bon kra wo classroom. You see on copy ade a. Obe copy within class.
Exactly.
The one ma bon no mo ni copy. So just go and copy.
Yes.
Free of charge to suit your situation and the rest of the history.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Order for aha na mrebe ma ye di dwumadi enu asi. I am a guest, Coach Christopher Nimley, sports analyst. Send ya mo di nwa dance no wakasa papa na nyame adomo a ye be sustain the bring hashtag bring Coach Oti Akentem back. Hashtag bring Coach Oti Akentem back to the GFA to come and help the ailing soccer whatever. Mpenifo ebo a me de dwumadi we brɛ mu me boss lawyer amu that Ejando Robert Bafo Fin Kofi Safo ohene Kofi Safo o abruchimem no ho a okwesi Ninsin Justice Afol Ima Kobi Scratch ena George Sakode Focus mo frɛ ye mo text ye nyame enhia mo nyame adomo adwada ebei ye besan edi another sizzling episode edi abremo musomfo flag bearer ena medi dwumadi we chiame nyame adomo a ye besan hia makram